Hello everyone. So today we're going to learn about the DC machines. So in this class we are going to learn about the construction and its working principle. Okay. So basically the DC machines are classified as two types. First of all, first machine is generator. If we are giving a input is mechanical energy which converts to electrical energy. So that machine is called electrical energy. That machine is called a generator. Whereas in the motor, we are giving a supply to the machine. Okay. Here it is electrical energy we are giving. It develops mechanical energy in order to drive the loads. So that machine is called motor. Okay. So most of the DC machines are equivalent to a AC machine because they include AC current as well as AC voltage in them. Okay, the output of a DC machine is a DC output because they converted AC voltage to a DC voltage. The conversion of the mechanism is known as a commutator. Okay. So these machines are also named as commutating machines. So why? Because there is a action called commutating. Because the commutating effect, these machines are called commutating machines. DC machines is mostly frequently used for the motors. So the main benefits. What are the benefits? The main benefit of the machines is including torque regulation as well as the easy speed control. Okay. So what is meant by a DC machine? Okay. So a DC machine actually it is a electromechanical energy conversion device. Okay. Alteration device and conversion device. So the working principle of a DC machine is when current flows through a coil, within a magnetic field, and then the magnetic force a, generates a torque that rotates the DC motor. Okay, the DC machines are classified into two types such as a generator and motor. Okay, so basically the generator will convert the mechanical power to a electrical power, whereas the DC motor will convert the electrical power into a mechanical power in order to drive the industrial loads or industrial application as well as drive the corresponding loads. Okay. So we are going to get into a construction of a DC machine. So construction wise, a DC motor as well as a DC generator is same. The basic difference in the current direction into the rotor or current direction out to the rotor is differs both the machines. Okay. First of all, in construction of the DC machine, it consists of yoke and pole core and pole shoe and pole coil, field coil, armature core, armature winding and conductor, commutator and brushes and bearings. These are the essential parts of a DC machine. So this diagram and pictorial representation of a DC machine. So this is the yoke, this is the outermost part. So basically yoke uh, helps to protect from the other side, external world, and so then another name of yoke is also called a frame. So the main function is the machine is offer mechanical support intended for the poles and protect entire the machine from the moisture and dust and other external factors. So basically the yoke is made up of cast iron as well as the cast steel. Okay, so the material used for the yoke is depends upon the rating of the machine. Okay, the second main important part is a pole and pole core. This is the pole and pole core. This is the pole core. This is a field winding, and this is the armature. So armature, in which there are so many slots. So in order to accommodate the armature conductors. So this is the commutator. Here it is a commutator, a ring shaped commutator or circle type commutator. So it is act like a mechanical rectifier or mechanical inverter in order to convert the AC into DC or DC to AC. So these are the brushes to collect the electrical energy. Okay, so this is the terminal blocks. So terminal blocks provide a complete connection to the external side of the machine. So you already discussed it, a pole core and pole shoe. So this is the complete pictorial representation of the pole core and as pole shoe. So pole shoe as pole core. So the pole of a DC machine is an electromagnet. So what is meant by electromagnet? If a conductor having a supply, it will generate a magnetic field around it. So for single conductor, it will give some amount of magnetic field. If we consider more number of conductor, it will generate more amount of magnetic field. Okay, so that is the purpose of the electromagnet. Whenever the field winding is energized, then the pole gives magnetic flux. So this flux is the operating flux to operate the machine. So basically the pole and pole core is made up of cast steel and cast iron. Okay, and also it can build with annealed steel lamination for the reduction of the overdraft because of the eddy current. Because of the eddy current. So this is the information about the pole core and pole. Move on to pole shoe. So pole shoe is basically a main important part in the DC machine. So as well as the because of this region the flux can spread the. So this is the pole shoe area. Because of pole shoe, whatever the amount of flux is generated in the coil, it will distribute it into the entire machine is uniformly. Okay, so flux can spread out within the air gap as well as the extra flux can be passes through and the air space towards the armature. Okay, so basically the pole shoes are made up of with cast steel. Okay, and also annealed steel also laminated to reduce the loss of eddy currents. Okay, so here it also eddy currents are formed because of the magnetic field effect. So next, field winding. So what's the purpose of field winding? The field windings are wounded in the region of the pole core and named as the field coil. So Whenever current is applied through a magnetic field, so it will act as a electromagnet, so that the flux is generated. Okay, so in the field coils are made up of copper. Okay, basically the field coils are made up of copper. So why? Because the copper is a good conductor. Now move on to armature core. So this is the complete diagram of the armature. So here it is in the armature stack itself. The conductor are placed in it. So these are the slots. Okay, these are the teeth of the armature. So these are the winding coils. So this is the commutator bars. Okay, commutator bars. So basically armature winding is also made up of copper. So armature core is also laminated in order to reduce the losses because of the eddy current. Okay, so commutator, what is the purpose of commutator, where it is? So the main function of the commutator is the DC machine to collect the current from the armature conductor as well as the supply to the current to the load using brushes. Okay, with the help of commutator we can convert the generated AC into a DC, as well as the whatever the amount of AC, it is converted into DC in the DC motor itself. Okay, so basically it is made up of hard drawn copper. So the segmented as shown as like this, it is segmented. So in order to protect each segment is laminated with a thin mica layer. Okay, so brushes, so these are the brushes. So in DC generator, whatever the amount of energy is generated, electrical energy is collected with the help of brushes and connected to the load. Okay, so basically the brushes are made up of graphite as well as the carbon. So carbon and graphite used, but depends upon the rating, we are using either graphite or carbon. So now move on to the working principle of a DC generator. Okay, so this animation shows that these are the magnetic field. Okay, electromagnets. So with the help of electromagnet we will generate an electric magnetic field. So the poles are formed as like this, north and south pole. So this is a coil or winding I am considering. These are the commutator. This one is brushes. So through brushes a wire is connected to the external load circuit. Okay, a generator works on the principle of the Faraday law of electromagnetic induction. So whenever a conductor placed in a magnetic field, an EMF induced in it. Okay, so whatever the amount of induced EMF is generated in the coil is directly proportional to the rate of change of flux linkages. Okay, so we can write as whatever the amount of E is generated, like induced EMF generated, is directly proportional to the rate of change of flux d phi upon dt. So it can rewritten as E is equal to minus n into d phi upon dt. Okay, so the negative symbol shows that the effect opposes the cause. Okay, So this is shows that a clear idea about the motor. So here it is the magnetic field, this is the commutator, these are the brushes. So we are giving a power to a machine through a brushes. The commutator will convert the AC to a or DC to AC. So the armature conductor flows in the current as like this. With the help of left hand rule, Fleming left hand rule, we can determine the rotation as well as the torque direction. Okay, the DC motor is a motor which converts the direct current into a mechanical work. It works on the principle of Lorentz law. We state that the current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field, the electric field experience a force. Okay, so that force is the Lorentz force. So what I am saying here it is, whenever current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field, it will experience a force. So that force is called Lorentz force. So whatever the amount of the force experienced by the coil is given as like this, F is equal to B into I into L newtons. Okay, where B is magnetic flux density, I is the current, L is the length of conductor within the magnetic field. L is also called as the active length of the conductor. Okay, so this is the left hand rule. This thumb shows magnetic field. Sorry, this is the motion of the coil. The forefinger or pointing finger shows that this is the first finger. First finger shows the field direction. Okay, this is the field direction. This is the north and this is the south pole. North and south pole. So this is the coil direction. Coil rotation direction. This is the commutator from the brushes. Okay, so here it is giving a supply. Okay, positive, negative. Okay, this is the commutator. So it shows the next second finger shows that the current direction. Current direction either into the coil or out to the coil. Okay, the second finger shows the current direction.